I saw the organizing method that you're having here. When I saw whole your departments, you have each department and you have built a different world here, which is very impressive. So, how much time it took for you to build all this structure?
Again, it's more a case of finding the right people. I mean, we have a wonderful insurance department now, and it's growing. It gives great service. We haven't raised our premiums for 3 years, which is fantastic, which is great for our franchisees. Not only that though, but we pay our claims very quickly, often within like literally like an hour. We can sometimes pay the claims very often next day. I get virtually no complaints from my franchisees about it. Now, that's a great business, but I tell you what, when it started out, it was an absolute shambles. I had 3 different managers, and it was terrible. Yeah. It just took me a while to find the right person in charge, and then Yadrin came along, and he's great. So that applies to anything. In finance, we have many problems. We have a Friday lunch, which is just once a week, and they come in, they eat at the conference centre and so forth, and it's just part of something that we do because it gets people to get out of their silos and talk with each other and have a bit of fun, good time. We're building a sporting complex for the conference centre. Now that's partly for the conference centre, but it's also just as much for the sake of my staff, to give them a better lifestyle, to make them healthier, to make them happier. So my success at every level depends on attracting and keeping quality people at every level. Customers, finding great customers, obviously, and looking after them, attracting good franchisees, attracting and keeping good franchisors and divisional franchisors, divisional founders, staff, good relationship with suppliers. All the way through, you look after people properly and have a reasonable sense of the bottom line too. You've got to do that as well, and it works out surprisingly well. And the biggest problem I see in business all the time is people are too money hungry. They don't consider the people they deal with enough, and it costs them badly, and it costs their people badly. We had I don't know if you heard, there was a terrible case some years back where this man drove his 3 little boys into a dam near Geelong, and they drowned. I mean, everybody knows about it. It was appalling. Now, that guy used to be a Jim's Mowing franchisee. Oh. And that to me I tell all my franchisors that. I say, this is how do you know the decisions you make, how they'll impact on people? You've got to care more about the people than anything else. Is optimum. Get to meet with your franchisor, meet with other franchisees, form relationships, form friendship groups. If a franchisee's got a problem, you must respond quickly to them or take the call or get back very fast. We're very strong in that sort of thing. So very strong personal support to the franchisees, and obviously from our point of view to the franchisors as well. Yeah. If a problem's gone beyond that, then they're taught to refer people to other resources, like people like Beyond Blue, which we work with pretty intensively, and they're wonderful organisations which can help people through those kinds of hard times. Depression is actually a really, really major problem in today's world. I don't think we have more of it in gyms than elsewhere, because people who tend to buy businesses are usually fairly emotionally healthy, but it is an issue for us, and we're certainly aware of it, and we certainly want to deal with it. One of my franchisors committed suicide the other year, a couple of years back, and it was very hard because you sort of know these people, and to me that's the worst thing, when somebody takes their own life, because the sense of despair and just that drives into that, and we really want to do everything we can to help people to be successful. And sometimes when people are in a bad way, sometimes the best thing you can do is say, look, a business isn't right for you. Business is wonderful if you're in the great state of mind for it, because it's flexible and it's opportunity for growth and stuff. But sometimes people we try and get them out, find them a buyer, move into something else which is perhaps a bit less challenging. And we're very honest about it too when we talk about people up front, even during our induction training. the people who haven't actually signed, we tell them that there will be hard times. There will be times of discouragement. Be prepared for that. Now, this is the kind of system we have. This is how we want to help you through it, but be aware it can happen. So be prepared and ask for help when you need it. Don't just shut up about your problems, but let us know. It's a minority, but when it happens, it's quite upsetting. And because of our franchisees, for the most part, genuinely care about their franchisees, they get caught up in that kind of thing too, and that we've got to help them as well to cope with that.